am Barbie Armenta. I am a Christian life coach and I'm the co-founder of The Right Combination. And typically you'll find me on here writing my blog, but this week I really felt like I was supposed to do a video. So that's what I'm going to do. I heard a couple days ago that Brene Brown said that courage is having the ability to show up and let your story be heard. And so that's what I wanted to do today, was just share a little bit about my story and just pray that it encourages someone today. So the scripture that's been coming to mind, and it's kind of my life verse, is John 10:10. And John 10:10 says, "The thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but I have come that you may have life and have it abundantly." And about 10 years ago, I understood all too well what that looked like, to have your life feel like your life was destroyed. I had been through a divorce. I had to give up my dream home that we had built and moved into a duplex with my 3 boys, and I just really thought that it was just now going to be too late for me, that my chance for that abundant life was over. I had lost my business. I had to find a new job, filed bankruptcy, and so here I was at 37 feeling like, here I am, a single mom with 2 ex-husbands, and I would be the least likely person to be sitting here telling you today about my life. And I just didn't need anyone judging me. I was doing plenty of judging for myself because I didn't grow up in church, and I would say about 4 years before I got divorced, I had really started reading the Bible, and that's when my relationship really started with Christ. I heard these stories that made me realize that the Bible was alive and relevant in my life, and I was hearing things like that I'm wonderfully made and that God has a plan for me, and it wasn't lining up with what I was hearing in my life, and it really opened my eyes to the life that I was living. And I finally got the courage to leave that relationship, and really just felt like I lost everything. But I was starting on a journey to finding out who I was for the first time. So when we start to seek God and we look for that abundant life, it will cost us something. And I certainly felt like it had. But when we were letting go of things, when I was letting go of that house, letting go of the life that I had, I thought that was it for me. And really, what we're letting go of something good, we're opening our hands up to receiving God's best. So when we do that, it's going to take courage. It takes courage to step out. It takes courage to be vulnerable, and especially as we're discovering who we are, we will have to be vulnerable and risk getting hurt, and that's difficult. I know I lived, and I still do some days, with a lot of fear and uncertainty, a lot of what ifs. What if I'm not good enough? What if I don't make it? What if I'm not, what will people think? And there's another what if, because it's what if we succeed? What happens then? And a few days ago I heard that fear is selfish. And that was a whole real different perspective for me, and just to hear that fear is selfish, then being courageous is being focused on others. Maybe someone needs to hear what it is that you have to say. So I used to really hold on to those lies, that I was believing the lies of the enemy instead of believing God's truth. And one of the ones I really hung on to was that it was too late for me. Did I really think that God could only use us up to a certain age in our life? When we look at scripture, we could look at Abraham and Sarah and how late they were, like 100 when they had Isaac, and then we can look at Ruth married Boaz when she thought that her dreams of that wonderful marriage, that they died with her husband. And God's a redeemer of our time. God restores our lives, and He, our age is nothing to Him. Retirement is nowhere in the Bible. Only opportunity is in the Bible. If anyone had told me 10 years ago where I would be today, I would not have believed it. I'm married to a godly man. I have a beautiful blended family. Besides my 3 boys, now I have a beautiful stepdaughter, Richard's daughter. Um, and then my husband and I have founded The Right Combination. We're now writing. We're writing a book. There'll be more to come on that later. We're speaking to churches and groups. And then I'm living my dream of being able to be a professional life coach. I believe that God has purposed me to be able to help other women learn to be all that God made them to be, to find out what their special gifts and talents are. And I'm super excited because in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be starting some groups called Embracing Purpose. This is not content that I wrote, but I am so excited to coach you through it. Linda Slayton did a beautiful job of writing how we can find, live, and love our God-given purpose. So if you'd like to know more about that, I'm going to be leading a live group. If you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I'm going to be doing an online group. If you're just anywhere in the country and want to join us online, we'd love to have you. It's going to be an amazing opportunity. This content was originally written for women that were empty nesters and just in that second stage of life. But it's been redone to really work with all women that are just wanting to find out just who they are authentically. How did God gift you personally? And how can you use those gifts? And we end with really finding out what is your purpose statement and being able to just kind of identify. I know I went through a stage where I had a counselor say to me, "You don't make any decisions, do you?" And I found out that what I thought was just being nice, letting other people decide, was just not taking responsibility. And I've really learned, who I am and what I like. There's a great scene in a movie in Runaway Bride where Richard Gere is telling Julia Roberts that she doesn't even know what eggs she likes because she's always just done what anyone else wants and never really took the time to find out who she was. And there's this scene where she has eggs laid out all over the counter and really just discovering for the first time what it is that she likes, what it is that she wants. And I think so many of us, especially as moms and as wives, we tend to be people pleasers and want to do things for everyone else, which is great to help others. But then there's also that sense of losing yourself. And this is just a great opportunity to just explore how God made you. He made each of us unique, and He made each of us for a purpose and on purpose. And so I am just so excited to help you in discovering just how God made you. So if you want more information, you can comment below. I would love to hear what God's doing in your life. I shared a little bit of my story. I would love to hear a little bit of yours. You can comment below. You can reach me on all social media. I'm at Spa Barbie on Twitter and on Instagram. I'd love for you to follow me. You can go to rightcombination.net. Just rightcombination.net. Click on coaching and you can find the groups. Look for Embracing Purpose. You can message me there. I would love to hear from you and give you more information. And more importantly, I would love to have you join us in our groups. So I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks.